The quest for the liberation of Africa continues. Ibrahim Traoré has been on the lips of many Africans, young Africans. He is more of this Pan-Africanist. And many people from Nigeria, Ghana, and many other African countries continue to praise the hard-working president of Burkina Faso. But unfortunately, it looks like the effort of the young Burkina is about to come to an end, as the United States of America has now made it known that the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, is using the gold reserved to protect himself and not that of the people of Burkina.
The strongman leader and not to the populace of the country. Does that sort of corruption and bribery go on with regard to the Belt and Road?
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Traoré and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime.
This has sparked a lot of reaction across different media platforms. Many lovers of Africans and lovers of development in African third world countries has been speaking on this particular topic since the news broke. We all saw what happened in Libya. Libya used to be a peaceful nation. Libya has to be, used to be one of these developing nations of the world. There have been a lot of things going on in Libya, but unfortunately, under the Barack Obama-led administration, we saw the catastrophic, policy that was made, which led to the fall of Libya. Libya, as of today, is a land of no-go area. This is a place that was fast developing and competing with the developed world. But look at what happened under the presence, orchestrated by the United States, specifically under Barack Obama's administration. But now, if we are to say that the Ibrahim Traoré-led government was, siphoning or moving the golden or the gold reserves or using the gold in Burkina to protect himself, then what are we going to say of this particular video here? These are terrorists. These are people coming from Niger and other parts of the West African country to Nigeria, terrorizing the good people of Nigeria over the months or years now. But what has the commander of American army in Africa, what have they done in regards to that? This terrorism has been ravaging around West African nations, especially Nigeria. But what have they said? If these people are here, destroying the good people of Nigeria and other West African countries, then why is it that they are not taking action to end this terrorism, which is a threat to global peace? Why Burkina? We all understand that the United States of America has one of the largest gold reserves in the world. And for that reason, if we continue to export our raw material to the western part of the world, then we will continue to enrich this world powers and then continue to live in abject poverty. Before the emergency of Captain Ibrahim Traoré in 2022, the country has been living perpetually under abject poverty, and they have been a puppet to France. We have seen these protests in France where some Burkinabés were in France protesting for the removal of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. This is another way of telling people that even when things are going right, there are some few individuals who don't even want the progress of their dear nations, because they are being sponsored or being given some little tokens in order to protest and then get any leaders that is trying to liberate that country or Africa as a whole from the Western colonial masters. If we are to talk about democracy, which has been preached by the United States so well among other nations of the world, let's look at the president of France. How long has he been in power? Let's ask those questions. Let's not forget, there was a man who ruled the United States for more than 2 terms. Are they not also practicing democracy? The US have a good relationship with Saudi Arabia. Is Saudi Arabia practicing democracy? Do they have election every 4 years? So what is it with Africans? And what is it with African continent? Why is it that we cannot be allowed to practice what suits us and bring development to the people? If democracy or the tenets of democracy is about the people to bring the dividends, which they said you need to have social amenities and all of that, if under a military rule then all this can be achieved, then that is the definition of democracy to that nation. We have the economic freedom fighters that wrote to the United States saying that the United States through AFRICOM has accused Captain Ibrahim Traoré of using Burkina Faso gold reserves for personal protection rather than the welfare of its people. This accusation presented during a US state hearing is a blatant attempt to undermine Burkina Faso's sovereignty and control over its natural resources due to their imperialist greed. We condemn the West continued interference in African nations' affairs and their attempt to control our resources. The EFF supports Captain Traoré's effort to reclaim Burkina Faso gold for the benefit of its people and to resist new colonial pressures. This reserve, is it for you? Are the Burkina Faso people, are they complaining in Burkina Faso? If anyone living in the United States, in the US, in the United States, the United Kingdom, in Canada, in any part of the world is complaining of the manner at which Bola Ahmed Tinubu is governing Nigeria, and why Nigerians living in Nigeria are praising Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, then he should shut his mouth up. Because the people living in the country who are facing, the day-to-day policies of Bola Ahmed Tinubu are not complaining. But right now in Nigeria, we have people in Nigeria, me myself among many good Nigerians, has been complaining of the bad policies and behavior of our leaders, while those overseas are praising the policies of our leaders. You see now, the same thing is happening in Burkina Faso. The Burkinabés are celebrating Burkina Faso leader or president, as well as many people across Africa, for his ability to diversify into agriculture, recover all the mineral resources that have been embezzled by those Western countries, and try to claim them and reproduce or produce those raw materials within Burkina Faso, creating enough job for Burkinabés. Why those who are outside Burkina Faso are the one criticizing what is happening in Burkina Faso? What do you think about this? Let me have you take in the comment section. Thank you for watching.